When it comes to growing your own fruit at home, it's a well-known fact that homegrown fruit is simply the best when it comes to size, flavor, and texture. I mean, how can you compare? Store-bought 60 grams, homegrown 124 grams. Picked prematurely and ripened on its way to the shops, fallen off the tree at the perfect time. If you can grow your own fruit at home, you are going to get so much more out of each of the fruit you eat. It's going to be pleasurable, and nutritionally, it's going to give you a lot more than what you're getting at the store. I've done a whole series on this tree over here. Now that we get to harvest them, let's recap and see how you can get guavas growing at your own house to not be whimsical little things that you find in the shop, but mean, meaty, flavorful fruits. So if you watched my video on how to prune a guava, which if you haven't, you seriously need to check out, and you watched my video on how to thin your guava fruit when the fruit's set, which if you haven't, you really need to, then you would, in essence, be at the same point that I am, where you would have just under, if not over, tennis ball sized guava fruit. The importance of pruning and thinning to get the most out of your guava fruit cannot be emphasized enough. These trees, if left alone, will turn into gigantic, beautiful trees with huge harvests. But within urban areas, like I am, and majority of you are, we need to control the size and vigor of these trees to not let them take over gardens, and control the yield and harvests we get so that we can maximize the size, flavor, and texture of the fruit. So, now is the time to harvest, which is winter in South Africa, Southern Hemisphere, Australia, very much the same climate as we are. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you would now be doing what I did some time ago, which is pruning your guava trees. As they start growing, you want to give them a snip, get the new growth to come in, because new growth is where the guavas set their fruit. They are going to flower in abundance, thin those fruits out, and then you're going to end up with gigantic, yummy guava fruits. So rather than just talk about what to do and what it ultimately looks like, let's have a look at what it really looks like when you compare the two. These are two that fell off the tree this morning. I'm getting roughly 2 to 3 guavas a day at the moment. If we compare that to the store-bought stuff, it's nice, you get lots, but they are very, very small. I've already had one, so I know what it tastes like. We're going to open it up and I'm going to show you the difference. It does not compare in any way to the homegrown stuff, but let's have a look. I'm going to cut them open, we'll have a look at the insides, look at the flesh, seed profile, all of that, and get you excited for growing your own guavas at home. Okay, so let's do some comparing here. Here's a punnet of guavas purchased from the shop specifically for this video so I can show you the difference. And here are our wonderful homegrown guavas. Let's open them up, and I have earmarked this one as very much the same look, feel, texture, ripeness as this one. If you disagree, oh well. What we want to do now is I'm going to cut them each open straight down the middle. And this one, even though the color profile is the same, is already really hard to cut. I actually needed to put it down to not cut on my hand. There you go. You get to see the flavor profile, or at least what the seeds look like. And even though you look at the outside, it looks like it could be ripe. It's very much not. Obviously still edible, but the flavor is just not going to be there. Now, this one is a lot more ripe, so I'm hoping this one will cut easier. It does, which is great. And if we compare it to the other ones, you can see the color is a bit more advanced, and this will taste quite nice. Now, if we compare it to the one I showed you, this is just going to fall through like butter. Easy to cut. And if we look inside, color. Now, if we compare that to the very ripe one, you can see even the very ripe ones from the stores still don't have the same color. You can see how soft this is, way more seeds, way more texture. The thickness of the skin is way thinner here. You can see the skin color is protruding ultimately into the guava, so you're going to have a much tougher bite on this one. These just taste absolutely amazing, and this, you can see from the color, is not even fully ripe. There are some on the tree that are quite a bit more yellow than this, but it is really nice. So this was just a quick video to show you how amazing homegrown fruit can be. If you don't have a guava tree, seriously consider getting one. You can can them in syrup to make amazing preserved guavas. They fall off the tree and are ready to eat. They are just such a nutritious and wonderful fruit to have in the garden. Low maintenance, casts a lot of shade, which you can grow more shade-loving plants under. I have it in my blueberry guild over here, so strawberries, blueberries, thyme with the guava tree, and I've turned it into a acidic bed, which the guava tree seems to absolutely love. So if you don't have one, consider getting one. If you have one and you might not be caring for it the way that you can optimize what you get from it, consider watching my pruning and thinning video now that you get to see the fruits of your labor. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it out to like-minded people, communities, and fellow growers. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my journey, where I'm just going to continue sharing videos and content like this to keep you motivated and ultimately create a more sustainable lifestyle for as many people as I possibly can. Until next time, happy growing.